Hey, everybody, thank you for joining us for another riveting episode of Old Friends, New Problems. I'm David,
I'm Dale.
and one of the things we're going to talk about today is vacations. I know I need one. You got anywhere you're planning on going this summer?
Yes. Well, not the summer, because the summertime we are just gonna be staycationing. Um, but no, we are going to Disney World in October.
That's not a vacation. It's an adventure.
Oh, oh, is it an adventure? It's an adventure. It's a fun adventure, but stressful,
Yes.
costly,
Yes.
but it's fun.
Sure.
Yes.
If you've never been to Disney, prepare yourself. If you have, you know exactly what we're talking about.
I'm a Disney fan. I've got that and that, or Disney, and then this is kind of Disney. Anyways, I like Disney.
I like how you're just using that as an excuse to
Is
show off
the
the
gym,
guns.
is the gym that way? The
No,
guns.
Disney is it will test your family bond.
That it will. That it will. Yeah, so we've started though with that. We had to go from getting a hotel room to getting an Airbnb type of thing.
Yeah.
And I forget the company we use. I think it's called like Magical Vacations or something like this. And no shameless plugs. But they basically rent out like houses and condos. And they're usually like 3-bedroom, like 2-bath, or 3-bedroom, 3-bath, with like a living room, kitchen, full thing. Because with 3 kids, and then us, and then usually we'll have like, my wife's mom will come with us, or like sometimes a friend of ours will come with us, or like sometimes like the sister-in-law and her husband come with us. And so we like to have enough space for everybody. And plus we also just eat a lot at the condo or whatever. It's just cheaper that way because Disney food is expensive.
That's
say
that's
the
putting
least.
it nicely.
To say the least.
What do you mean it's $30 for a turkey leg?
Okay, but have you had one?
I have.
They're delicious.
Not $30 worth.
Sodium filled. And I've heard a rumor that they're actually like emu or some other type of like big bird, that they're not actually turkey. But Disney denies that claim. They say that no, they're actually turkey. And I'm like, it's a big old turkey.
Well, you're going to have to report back. I need you to pick up one of those legs and go have it tested.
I can't do that. It won't make it home.
So,
how about yourself? You going anywhere?
No. Well, yes, but not a full-on relaxing vacation. Kids got a soccer camp we're going to be going to. Going to use that as an opportunity to throw a couple extra days in for the beach and kind of relax. But other than that, we're not really going to be able to get away much this summer. Just way too much going on with work and life. So
life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, so then, if let's just say, for instance, that money were no object, and like you could just basically pack up, take the wife and the kid, where would you go?
How much time do I have?
I mean,
for the vacation.
Let's just say you had a week in each place.
See, that's going to change things because a week is not going to be nearly long enough for my dream vacation.
Okay, well then we can modify the time frame then.
If money was of no object and time wasn't a restraint,
okay,
me and the wife would love to go to Iceland.
That's not a bad one.
It is amazingly beautiful in every picture we've ever seen. I think we really kind of fell in love with Iceland of all things watching The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, the remake with Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
He's in Iceland, and they're showing just all this background scenery, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. And
I think they really filmed there, didn't they?
Yeah, and it is incredible, absolutely incredible. So that would probably be the place where if we just able to go and money was no object and we could take our time, that's probably where we're going.
Okay.
Other option would be Israel. but not right now.
I was gonna say,
Not a good idea to go right now.
might want to rain check the time
Yeah, we're
frame.
gonna hold off on that one. So I hear it's a little
dicey.
It's a little iffy. So how about you?
I'm glad you mentioned the beautiful aspect thing, because the place where, I mean, it's not even a money no object kind of thing. It's more just a finding the time, and the kids probably wouldn't want to go because they wouldn't appreciate it at their ages. But I would want to go to Croatia, which is
Okay.
one half of my heritage. So for me, it's more of like a pilgrimage to the homeland, even though technically I've never lived outside of the States except for 1 year in Afghanistan. So I would like to go to Croatia. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got, the bustling city, which is Zagreb, which is the capital city. It's got, the suburbs and things like that. But then along the coastline, because it shares, I think it's across the Mediterranean from Italy.
Okay.
And so it shares the body of water with them. And along the it's called the region of Dalmatia, which is where, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Dalmatians come from. I'm pretty sure it makes sense, which is ironic given the tattoo. But the beaches along that coastline are gorgeous. Like, absolutely, you just Google beaches of Croatia, and it's like white sand, crystal blue waters. It's gorgeous.
Man.
And then inside, I forget where it is, but it's called like Lake Plivice, but it's like a forest reserve, but it loosely translates to Land of 1,000 Waterfalls. Nice. And if you Google that, it's Plitvice. Beautiful. And what's unfortunate for me is that my cousin, my wife's cousin, but my cousin nonetheless, she moved to Italy late last year, and she just went to Croatia, and she sent me photos from there, and I'm like,
please stop. Please stop.
I'm just bummed. I'm like, but I say it's my heritage, but unfortunately my family lived in like a rural farm town called Otok, which it's in like the west side, or no, excuse me, the east side, and it's right near, I think, Slovenia, however you say it. And so, I mean, my family was not rich by any stretch.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. I'll have to look up some of those places.
Now, somewhere I think that you and I both would go if money were no object, and I would say that if this thing were to take off, or maybe we just got a wild hair and you and I just took the trip, just us, I don't know that my wife would appreciate that. She might not want to go to this one. Japan.
I've heard amazing things about Japan.
Not just for like, because there's a bunch of food things I want to try there that are kind of wild. Obviously growing up I really liked anime. I don't as much anymore. It'd be cool to see that a little bit, but the car culture for me is what would sell it. Just because, I don't know,
there's something cool about a Japanese right-hand drive car.
Is there now?
There is.
Tell me about it.
I might be a little biased.
Tell me about it.
We'll save that for another episode. But I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
I've heard amazing things about Japan. My only problem is I'm getting to that Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino stage of my life where I'm just like, get off my lawn. I don't want a bunch of people around me.
Yeah.
So, Japan's a very crowded place.
There'd be a lot of people there.
Yeah. And I don't know how well I would do with that. I think it'd be pretty cool to go and see a lot of the stuff off the beaten path in Japan.
Okay.
But as far as like going into Tokyo and everything, I don't know that. I'm sure it's amazing, but I just don't want to be around a million people when I'm on vacation.
Yeah, that's fair. And like you, though, I think I agree with the effect, or the same mindset of like wanting to see some more of like the more historical aspects of Japan. So like, I forget what they call those curved sloped roofs. I forget what they call them. It's escaping me. But anyways, the stereotypical what you think of like historical Japan look like seeing that aspect of it.
I would love to go see the memorials.
I was going to mention,
Nagasaki.
Yeah. I was going to mention that too. And it seems kind of like a little bit like, ew, why would you do that? But at the same time, I think we've kind of gotten past what happened then, and you don't forget the past. You have to remember it to understand.
Well,
But yeah,
over in Hawaii, the Pearl Harbor Memorial, tons of Japanese natives come and visit that every single year.
yeah,
It's a massively popular tourist destination for them. So I think it's more of a respect thing because I mean we're allies with them now.
yeah,
Things have kind of simmered down.
yeah. It's a mutual respect, I think,
Yeah.
in that aspect.
We both got to experience some of the uglier sides of human nature and learn from it. So
Absolutely.
I do think that would be a very humbling thing to go and see. Little sidebar on that. I actually, one of my neighbors across the street went to Auschwitz and toured Auschwitz. And he said that everyone should go and visit that just once. Just once. He's like, that's all you need.
Yeah.
And it is the most humbling experience you could imagine.
I imagine. It's funny too, not funny. Nothing's funny about World War II, honestly. But it's funny though because in school, it was middle school maybe, had to be middle school, when we were doing a project and we were given like various aspects of World War II that we had to research. And me as a kid did not like doing research, did not like doing reading, I wanted very little to do with school. I was a smart kid. I was one of those kids that, he didn't apply himself. I really didn't apply myself. Nope. I was a smart kid. I just didn't want to do it. But I was given Auschwitz as my place to, research on and give a presentation on. And I don't want to say bombed. That'd be a bad way of using that word. I tanked. No, that's bad too.
That's bad too.
Anyways, moving on.
Did terribly.
I did horribly
with
my presentation because I didn't research a thing. And had I done that much research, I would have had plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
But,
it kind of reminds me of like Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
They're playing the series on TV right now. And that episode where they find those concentration camps. Man, what a moment, just to see that depicted in that series and the way they portrayed it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
well, and I took German in high school for a couple semesters, so ich spreche etwas Deutsch still. Of course,
thanks, I already had breakfast.
Nice. But we have, you and I both have a mutual friend, obviously, that speaks a ton of German for obvious reasons.
He'll probably be on this show. That'll be
a fun
That'll
one.
be an interesting moment.
That might be the only, little square e-box one that we have. That might have to be.
There will be a disclaimer.
Yes.
At the beginning of that one. So what's some cool places in the U.S. that you visited?
So actually visited one of and it's California. Say what you want about California, but we were there for a family trip. And we drove to Santa Cruz. And
I have a mountain bike. Santa Cruz mountain bike.
I didn't know that such things existed.
Hint, hint.
I'm not going to mountain bike. Maybe.
We're going to get him to mountain bike.
Maybe
it's going to happen.
But anyways. But
mountain bike. It's going to happen.
Santa Cruz, Las Vegas happens more than mountain biking.
They have mountain biking in Vegas.
Santa Cruz, though, the actual place was beautiful.
Yeah.
The water was like just absolutely stunning. The beaches were wonderful. And it's your typical beachfront town where the houses, the properties, if to quote per a previous episode, to quote Ari Gold, beach houses, if they were in town, they'd be condemned. And it's true, though. A lot of the stuff that you see in these beachfront, towns, they would not be anywhere near worth their value if they were in the middle of rural, Tennessee. Yeah. So, but I digress.
Paying for the view.
Yeah, I digress though. Santa Cruz was gorgeous. The weather was beautiful. How about you?
So we've got a few places that we've gone to that are pretty awesome. Saw Gettysburg. Not at all what I was expecting.
Yeah.
You go to do the tour of Gettysburg and you're thinking, you're just going to walk around a field, and see where the battle was.
Why not?
No, it's like a 21-mile loop. It's huge. There are monuments and statues everywhere,
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of them.
I mean, important part of our history.
It is, but like it's just not at all what you expect. And then there's one area that is where the I forget exactly what the battle was called, but it was the most fierce and bloody battle of the war in this one little spot, and I think it was called like the Devil's Den or something, which
Yeah.
was a rock formation down in the bottom of this valley with mountains on the side of it and everything. And basically, that's where some of them were, and the other ones were up top, and it was just massacre.
I mean, you think about it too. Like war back then, it wasn't like war now, where it was, the war now was more, I won't say guerrilla warfare because it's not really what it is, but like back then, it was like you line up here, shoot
Everybody's
each
going
other,
to stand here and shoot
just
each other.
shoot each other.
I never understood that because even back in that time, I would have been like, I'm not going to stand here and wait to get shot. Let's run around the side and get them from the side.
I'd be over there like drumming, be like, I'm out of here.
I'm out.
outta
See ya.
here."
Where'd the drums go? He's over there.
Wait, what?
So Gettysburg was amazing. A lot of history there. Really cool. Just wasn't quite what I was expecting. We saw where Lincoln did the Gettysburg Address.
That's cool.
That was pretty amazing, just to stand where Lincoln stood.
Yeah.
And during on that same trip, we actually got to go to Arlington, and that is a very humbling experience as well. Just can't even put it into words the amount of respect for every single person that is buried there. It is.
Yeah.
We saw the changing of the guard.
That's awesome.
It's incredible. If you've not gone, I highly recommend you take the trip and go to Arlington. And please, for the love of all that is holy, be quiet when you are in front of the tomb of the unknown.
Yeah.
Just be respectful and don't make noise.
And if you see a roped boundary, don't climb over
cross it.
It's there for a reason. You will get yelled at.
Oh yeah, and then some.
Well, it's funny too because there's videos you can see on YouTube
Oh yeah.
where like they'll yell at the guy, and he's like, "Huh?" and then he and like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, he might actually shoot you."
Fun fact: when that cemetery closes, it becomes an active military post.
Huh.
Anyone who is on it is literally trespassing on an active military post.
Interesting.
You could be met with deadly force. Like, it's no joke. It is a legit military post.
Yeah.
And when they tell you to get out, get out.
Well, and they do. I mean, they patrol that 24/7,
Yes.
365. Not a minute goes by that
Yeah.
there's not somebody walking.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not just talking the tomb. I'm talking the entire.
no,
yeah,
absolutely,
It is an
absolutely.
active military post. Incredible.
and about the changing of the guard. Oh my God. I'm glad you hit that because that's one of my, like, it gives me chills every time I talk about it. But I got to see it when I went to DC 7th grade. We did a trip. I forget what the reason was. It was the gifted program, maybe. Again, I didn't apply myself, but I was still gifted somehow. And we went to DC and we got to see the changing. And even as a kid, it just did something to me because I mean you're sitting there watching it and you know like what is I won't say at stake,
the
but
significance of it.
The significance, that's a better term to put.
But every footprint is in the exact same.
If you look, you can see where it's like dented or not dented.
They've literally worn onto.
But there's a documentary that they talk and they go through like the process of just being picked is enough. Then there's the process of when you get the I don't want to say gig, but the post. Yeah, the post. There's so much, like everything is like pinpoint accuracy. You're like they're not even paid to do this, but they're like shining their shoes. I mean,
unbelievable.
And it's such a respectful thing. And once you take that post in public view, even outside of the tomb, you can't drink, smoke, or cuss anymore.
Yeah.
It is. And if you are caught doing any of those three things, gone. You're immediately out.
It is the most respectful just amazing thing.
Yeah.
And I am eternally grateful to everyone in that cemetery and the guards watching over it. I mean, it's just, if you haven't been, you need to go.
Absolutely.
So, on a lighter note,
Yeah.
another cool place that we've gone to
Hard
is
cut.
Port Canaveral. You ever been there?
No.
So that's where NASA is,
Yeah.
and all the cruise ships and stuff.
That's the what? That's the Atlantic side of Florida, right?
Yes. Really cool. If you've not been to NASA, just when you go to Disney, if you could take a day, take the kids to NASA. It is phenomenal.
I don't think we can, but
It is phenomenal.
I do want to go, and the wife and I, we like to take 1 to 2, sometimes 3-day trips, just her and I. So maybe that's something that we.
It's very family focused. There's a lot to do. They've added a ton of stuff. There's a lot of interactive stuff. Just going and seeing where it all happened. Seeing that Saturn V rocket suspended above you as you're walking down this massive building, and you see each thruster is big enough for you to put, like, we could be sitting inside the thruster with the table, chairs, everything, and stand up and reach up and not touch the other side of the thruster.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 of them on there. Like, it's incredible to see some of the things that just man has created.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. We actually got to see a launch while we were down there. Had no clue it was happening. We're sitting there walking around, they call it the rocket garden, because like as you walk in, there's a whole bunch of rockets staged outside that you can walk around and stand right up next to them. And we heard people saying, yeah, you don't want to miss the launch today. And we're like, what? And they're like, oh yeah, there's a launch going on today. And we're like, no way. And they're like, yeah, just go right over there at this time and you'll be able to see it. So, I mean, that was definitely a perk because we had never seen a launch before. So, I want to say it was like 11 o'clock or 11:30. We walked over there and there's this huge viewing area. And then there's someone sitting there just telling you what's going to happen. And they're like, if you look over those trees, you're about to see a bright light. And then all of a sudden, here it is, just taking off. And then they're like, in a couple seconds, you'll hear it. And then it's just in your chest. And you're just like, man, that's incredible. So that's a really cool destination that we've been to in the U.S. as well.
So going outside of the U.S. for just a minute, probably one of the more iconic places I've ever been was Dubai. And let me tell you, the flight sucks.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you go direct from Atlanta to Dubai, it is a 14-hour flight one way. And
splurge for first class.
It's expensive. I would definitely recommend it for sure. I was not so fortunate. It was a hub that I was passing through for work, but I was able to spend some time in the city while I was passing through because that's one of the ways to get through to Afghanistan was through Dubai, apparently. But the flight there, so it's like 3, 5, and 3 seats across on a plane. And I was in the very middle.
Oh,
it was
that's terrible.
Awful. Like you take a sleeping pill, you sleep for like 7-8 hours, you wake up and you still have 6 hours to go. And you're like,
oh my goodness.
But I mean, absolutely stunning. Like
should have watched Entourage.
At that time, that was right before I found Entourage.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't know, but no, seeing like all the buildings and stuff, and of course, the iconic. This was before I had a smartphone, really. So I had a digital camera somewhere. And I have a photo of it, but I have like the Lamborghini police car photo.
Yeah.
And then of course the airport in Dubai is insane. Like everything is just like super luxury, super just opulent.
Did you see a lot of the exotics driving around?
It's crazy because they're all over the place, and you just like it's just like kind of there. And me, I didn't want to be like the obnoxious tourist who was like sticking out like a sore thumb already. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of already sticking out, but like I'd see something like that was awesome, and that was awesome. But yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of normal cars there too. It's not like just like exotics left and right, but there were definitely more exotics per capita than I would say any state in the U.S.
What's fascinating to me is that I guess it's an island that they built
Yeah,
in Dubai. It looks like a giant palm tree, and that's all man-made. Like it was just a body of water, and
I'm pretty sure it's sinking. I think
I believe it, but I
Yeah.
mean it's massive, and it's like they just built this, and it's like that just shows you how much money they have.
And I will say this too, though. Even though Dubai is very westernized in a lot of aspects, it is still an Arabic country, and they still have a lot of rules that you need to know before you go.
You better follow them. I've heard that.
One of the things was like, apparently I didn't know this, but one of my coworkers said, "Hey, if you're going to Dubai, just something you need to know is if you take a picture and there's a woman, covered obviously, local, and if you take a picture and she's in the picture and she notices you're taking the picture, that might be a problem. You need to find her husband and ask his permission to take the picture first." And I'm like, so taking pictures, you have to be very careful about what you're doing. So
now someone told me that, if you're a female and you go and visit over there, like you have to follow their laws. Is that accurate?
that I don't know 100%
Like,
because I was only there for.
You can't show revealing clothing and stuff like that, or you will be arrested.
I wonder because I don't know, because I was only there again in kind of a passing mentality.
Yeah.
I wasn't really spending time there. I just kind of saw what I saw,
Yeah.
while I was, because I wasn't like just laying over. It was like an actual,
Yeah.
I got a hotel room. But
I want to say an influencer or something. I don't like that word. I don't like the word influencer, but
fair.
I want to say a female influencer had gone over to Dubai, and she basically got arrested because she was wearing very revealing clothing. And
I don't doubt it.
it's basically anywhere you're going to visit outside of the United States, you need to
Check
look at the
local
laws,
yeah.
because these are different cultures, different parts of the world, and you need to make sure that you're being respectful to what they believe.
Even in the UK, I read a story. I haven't validated it, so don't fact check me on this one. But I actually read a story about a guy who's a London native or local, whatever he's from there, and was just shooting a rifle in America somewhere for some thing he was doing, and went back home and got arrested. And they did an investigation, this whole thing, because they saw a picture of him shooting a gun in America. So even the UK, which is English speaking, proper English, I guess is what they call it, but it's English speaking.
It's an ally.
Seems like it would be just like
Similar
America.
laws.
They have a lot stricter laws about things than we do. So, be careful anywhere you go. Australia's another one. I'd love to go to Australia if it weren't for the 8,000-hour flight you have to take.
It's the flight, and then the fact that everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Well, that's only certain parts of Australia. But yeah, have you ever seen like the kangaroos when they're like on their hind legs and they're like 12-pack chiseled abs,
and they also want to kill you.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Did you see the video of the guy who was
was this the dog?
No, he was coming down in a parachute from skydiving, and as he's coming down, there's a kangaroo running towards him.
Oh, God.
He lands, and the thing starts trying to fight him. Kangaroos are crazy.
Yeah,
but
Australia does want to kill you, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Please give us some comments. Let us know where you would like to visit and some cool places that you have visited. It's always fun to hear those stories and just see what other people are doing in their lives.
And if you visit Croatia, I both hate you and envy you. So.
Yeah. And send pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely want to see
actually, don't send pictures. I don't want to see them anymore.
Send me the pictures. And then I'll sneak them to him, and he'll get sad.
That's fair.
So,
well, anyways.
Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one.